What's up guys, Matt back again with another unboxing video, and today we're going to be unboxing the Super Saiyan Goku GT from Son Goku FES Volume 16.
Before we dive into the video, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell, like the video, comment your thoughts down below for us to discuss, follow me on my socials, and consider becoming a YouTube member to enter into our monthly giveaways and Discord server so our community can help you on your Dragon Ball figure collecting journey.
This figure is based on Super Saiyan Goku from Dragon Ball GT. The figure seems based on his Dokkan Battle Quintessential Saiyan Super Saiyan 2 Goku GT from the mobile game Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Son Goku FES are Banpresto crane figures of Goku's different forms across the franchise and are all sculpted by Hiroyuki Nakazawa. This figure sells for an average price of $20 to $30 on the market. If you're interested in buying this figure for cheap, then use my discount code Peaches24 at bashwinscollectibles.com to get 10% off of your first order and 5% off every future order afterwards. This figure was released on November 11th, 2021 in Japan. Goku stands at about 5.5 inches tall, weighs 9.4 ounces in box, weighs 5 ounces on his own, and the figure comes with his head, body, support, and base. Okay, Son Goku FES. I have not done a Goku FES review in a long time. I actually owned a few of these and I didn't review most of them. I think I might have only reviewed one, the Kaioken version of that one powering up Kaioken Goku, which this is a legendary Goku set of crane figures. People love this series, and if you love Goku, there's a lot to appreciate here. They're very cool, but I won't keep ragging on about that. Let's actually dive into the review and talk about this guy. So, Goku GT, as a character choice, I absolutely love that. I think Goku as a kid in GT is extremely underrepresented in the figure market. GT in general, I feel, is kind of shunned quite a bit when it comes to figures in the market, and that kind of, you know, bothers me a little bit. I'm a little bit of a completionist, especially when it comes to Master Lees. I'm very much hoping that they revisit GT within Ichiban Kuji and Master Lees one day, but you know, at least we did get some nods here and there to Goku and Dragon Ball GT. So as a character choice, I think this is a 5 out of 5. Super Saiyan on Goku as a child in general is just kind of an awesome concept. It's very unique. You don't get that very often, and I really do love Goku's look and his gi. The only issue that I have with the character choice itself is that they mostly borrowed his inspiration from Dokkan Battle. Not sure if they could have pulled something from GT specifically, as he does go Super Saiyan quite a bit in that show, but I don't know, maybe they just felt like this was easier. I know a lot of Bandai figures take inspiration from the mobile games and the video games, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I think it's a cool pose. It's Goku powering up, he's floating in the air. I'm happy with that. Character choice is definitely a 5 out of 5. His likeness though, so let me take a second here to just talk about Hiroyuki Nakazawa. He's like one of the best sculptors when it comes to Son Goku. Whenever he makes a Goku figure, like 98, 99% of the Goku figures in FES look fantastic. This was back in the day when a lot of care and effort was put into the crane figure market, and it definitely shows in most of these figures. However, I don't know what was going on here. Goku's likeness is not great. I don't really think it's his mouth. A little bit of his mouth definitely throws me off, but his eyes kind of have that, you know, no thoughts, empty head kind of look to Goku. They almost look like fish eyes, which is very disappointing. It just feels like not a lot of love and care was put into his face. It felt a little sloppy. So I really wish they put a little more care into his face on this figure. I can't say I'm really all that happy with it, so most of those glaring issues are going to give his likeness a 2 out of 5 in my opinion. Going over to the sculpt quality though, it's almost perfect. You guys already know I'm a bit biased when it comes to crane figures, and they have to have a support and a stick up their butt. And I do understand that, yeah, you know, to make them float up in the air, you almost have to do that. Well, not necessarily every time. We've seen other efforts nowadays for current figures where they don't have to do that. But I do think the sculpt of the figure itself is very well done. Goku's hair sculpt is magnificent. I love the details of his swaying gi that's coming up from the wind, pushed up from his ki, powering up. Love those little details. I do wish that they added his tail onto this form. That would have been a really nice touch, but I don't think the Dokkan Battle likeness that they're inspiring for this figure includes a tail. I might be wrong. I'll see while I'm editing this. Maybe you guys can just remind me in the comments. But yeah, that's not really the issue. The issue is that, yeah, you can't put this up unless you put a support up his butt, which sucks. You know, that when you look at all the figures in the market, especially Ichiban Kuji in comparison, that's something that you don't have to really worry about. And I know he is a cheaper figure, so it's fine. But either way, I'm going to give his sculpt a 4 out of 5. Those big bases always take up so much space, my man. But, you know, I like the figure and its sculpt itself. It's just really that support and base that's knocking off a point for me. Paint and shading, man, this was back when crane figures used to get paint and shading. They got very nice shading all over the figure, and I gotta say, man, it's really nice to see something like this figure that's 20 to 30 bucks even today, and he has shading all over him. Like, I don't know why Bandai doesn't continue to do that. Might be a budgeting thing, might be because they're trying to, you know, spread their work across multiple anime and maybe pour more into Ichiban Kuji or something, but it's just the days of the past that we're looking at that. But yeah, I think it's magnificent. I think his shading pops very much. I do like kind of like the glow that they have to his hair. It's a little bit more of a glossy finish to his hair. You can see shading mostly on his gi. His gi pops so well, man. Like the blues mixed with the whites, the yellows mixed with the dark and oranges for his pants. Like, mwah, beautiful. So I do think his paint and shading is a 5 out of 5. Absolute perfection. Wish they still made him like this today. The size and scale, pretty good. He is a small crane figure, which is pretty normal, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think all, if not, or most, if not all, of the Son Goku FES figures actually scale well together. Pretty well together, I would say. They're all generally the same size, and if Goku's a kid, they will shrink him down so that he doesn't look like, you know, too big next to, you know, adult Goku, which makes sense. So I do really appreciate that. It's something they do really well. I think I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 for size and scale, only because Goku is it's a crane figure. It's small. I do think that the price that you're getting it for justifies it, but, you know, he's still a smaller figure. He's not going to be someone that you're like, oh yeah, look how awesome and eye-catching this is. He's just kind of like a little accent that you can have within your collection. But yeah, size and scale is a 4 out of 5. But yeah, guys, it's nice to be reviewing Son Goku FES again. It's been a long time. I plan to review all of the figures within Son Goku FES, but if there is a particular one or group of them, because I know sometimes they take one and they recolor it, or they do like a recycle of some sort, let me know which ones you want to see me review on the channel. It's easier to tell me which volume it is, because that way I can look it up and then, oh, that's the one he's talking about. And that way I can know, you know, to go over to my boys Bashwin, who get me these figures for cheap, and they can get you these figures for cheap. You know, I can get it all done and then review them out for you guys. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below, and let's discuss. I almost forgot to rate this figure. It's been so long since I've recorded. I think my final rating for this figure is going to be a 3.5 out of 5. Thank you all again for watching today's video. But before we move on to the upcoming giveaways this month, I'd like to mention my new merch that's launched. We've got shirts, hoodies, mugs, and more. If you want to support me a bit further and rock some of the merch on the channel, please check out the shop tab on my channel. But until the next video, guys, I will see you all later.